Okay, so I'm just gonna recreate your model real quick here. So I'm gonna zero out these two and then maybe adjust the radius. So basically I'm kind of recreating the basic look of your model. Now in order to create the legs, I'm going to start things by creating like some sort of a cylinder, and I'm using here in the polygon primitive tool menu, I'm using the interactive creation. That's why I'm gonna creating it with these different proportions. You can use whatever you want. I'm gonna zero out, let's see, zero out the X, and that should do it for me. So basically what I can do here is I can start kind of working out, okay, how is my robot leg is going to look, start kind of designing it a little bit, you know, whatever I need to do. Next, I'm going to group it, right? So I'm gonna call this one inner group, and I'm doing that because I'm gonna group it again, and this is gonna be my leg one. Now the way Maya works, if I'm instancing objects, if I don't have two groups, I cannot add objects into that instance. So I know it sounds kind of cryptic, but I'll explain and it will be clear. So basically, what I want to have now is 4 legs, right? So basically what I want to do is I want to go duplicate special. I'm going to create an instance. Everything here is going to be zeroed out minus this rotate. I'm going to rotate it on 90 degrees, and I'm going to have 3 copies, right? So 90 degrees, every time I'm duplicating it, it's gonna rotate from the pivot point of my group, which is the center. It's gonna rotate 90 degrees. So let's do that. What I get 4 legs, right? Now, because I have a group inside a group structure inside of all of them, what I can do now is I can select my geo, I can duplicate it, move it, and you see the same thing happens on all of my groups. So I can start designing how the rest of my modeling process is going to go. So from here I can also, for example, create a new cylinder, a new cube, like this, and I can zero out the X transform because that's the one I care about in this specific situation. I can play around with, I don't know, like 1.6 or whatever, some sort of value here, and then I can also move my pivot point a bit and kind of reorient it. And there we go. And we can keep on working. I can keep on designing this guy, mesh display reverse, normals, and you see now, this one is separate, and I want to add it into my group here. So I'm looking, okay, which group. I'm selecting the mesh, and it tells me in which group it exists. So I'm just gonna parent it underneath, and you see now we get it joining our happy family of legs. And we can keep working like that and have a visual feedback of what is actually going on with our mesh over here. And by using the inner group, for example, my inner group can sit somewhere here. I can actually scale down or reorient my legs like that. And I can also adjust it on this level. So 140, I think. Oh yeah, with these guys we kind of have to be careful. It would actually make more sense to make the adjustments on a lower level, or we can even group these together. So this is going to be our instance legs, instanced, just so we remember that they've been instanced, and then I can just rotate the whole thing like, I don't know, 45 degrees. So now I have my creature here with legs, and I can keep on modeling, right? I can keep on playing around with, like, okay, maybe I want to have something like this, and then I want to like split it or whatever. Whatever modeling processes you would want to include here. We can keep on working, you know, and make it look exactly the way we want it to look. Awesome. And you see that when I subdivide, it's kind of subdivides the entirety of that instance, because they all share a shape node. So there we go. Just a little tidbit in case you have repeating items that are you know, exactly the same. We can use this kind of technique to make it happen.